Yep. Okay. I'm on my Xbox now. Are you guys gonna be AFK? Okay, I'm coming to where you guys are. Thought the game looked buns. Shit. Okay. Cruz, what are you doing? Boom. I don't feel like playing Jailbreak. Jaden, what are you playing? Wait, you're gonna be in the shower cruise? Alright. Oh, I'm doing something. Yo, what's up? Can you hear me? Alright. Notification center, Roblox Studio. Okay. I'm gonna do this. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna put my stream on my iPad. Doors chapter. Wait. I might actually make an edit on stream. There was an edit I was working on. You guys want to see it? All right, I'm gonna launch CapCut right now. Let me know if you guys like this about the stream. Okay, CapCut's open and CapCut. All right, let me know if you guys like this. Ready? I gotta turn up the volume too. Here we go. Please allow me to... Hold on, wait, I gotta change the font actually. Let me close this one. I have to do the different one. Because I uploaded it to my space. That's why. Yeah, here it is. This is it. Okay. Ready? Please allow me to... Hold on, wait. These ones are still downloading. All right, should be all downloaded. I did all the fonts and all the text and stuff. I just got to add the sound effects and everything. All right, here we go. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I've been around for a long, long year. Stole many a man's soul of faith. I was around when Jesus Christ had his moment of doubt and pain. Made damn sure the pilot, like when he shoots his lightning, like right when he shoots his lightning, I'm gonna add a sound effect there, and I need to make it so this looks better. Washed his hands and sealed his face. And I also need to add dialogue. Hope you get my name. Oh yeah. But what's puzzling you is the nature of my name. Yeah, that's that. I'm gonna actually take a look at... I have like another edit I think I did in here. Can't remember which one it was. But yeah, that one I'm gonna probably work on later tonight. Let's switch it back over to Roblox Studio. Okay. So I'm working on my horror game. So I currently have the lobby done so far. I currently have the lobby done and some of the map. This is what some of the map looks like. I think this is the right place. Okay, so this is where the spawn would be. And then this is the hallways. Okay, yeah, this is the right map, but it's the wrong variation of it. Because I have two. Let me reopen that. The edit's nice, but it doesn't sync. I make sure to sync stuff. It might be just delayed because like the stream audio is bugged out. Like that song, Sympathy for the Devil, that one has like a lot of bongos and like drums you can hear. Every like millisecond is like a drum beat. So I have to sync that up or else it will look weird. Matter of fact, I'm going to open it back up. Why do I hear a demon talking, Cruz? Why is there a demon? Fix your mic, Cruz. I hear a demon. Like, right here. Please allow me to introduce. So sometimes it doesn't sync up like this part here. It doesn't sync up with each beat because I want it to show the text behind him. And like, this is like the time where he introduces himself to the Naboo people. So that's why I wanted to keep that in and I didn't want to sync it up. But if we go like right here, see how it's doing multiple different ones? And you can hear multiple drum beats. Or like right here. and then it sinks back into this.
Be damn sure the
Doesn't go good, in your opinion? Well, I already finished it. I was just showing you guys, because like usually I don't upload them to YouTube right away. I usually upload them to TikTok before anything. So here's what the full final result would look like. Here, let me stretch this out actually. So here is it. I just posted it like 2 hours, 3 hours ago. Or 6 hours. What the hell?
I'm a man of will until
So I already added the sound and everything.
for a long, long year.
It's from Star Wars. I do Star Wars.
You're fulfilling your destiny.
I was around when Jesus Christ had his moment of doubt and pain.
So usually whenever I make edits, I always do Star Wars. But it usually takes like a day or two on TikTok for it to like take off. So like this one I posted 2 days ago, and for no reason it just took off in the last 24 hours.
66.
Empty spaces. What are we living for? Abandoned places. I guess we know this.
How many followers? I think I just hit almost 3K. I'm almost at 3K now. But I used to do Roblox content. Like this is my most viewed video right here. But I do edits now. Because I don't like Roblox content. It's so corny. I either do Star Wars edits or lightsaber videos. So like something like this. Can you make her Veloz? Maybe. I do not just Star Wars. Sometimes I do like other edits. Like I did this Dexter one.
You class 3 sexual predator?
Tier 1.
Your what's tier 1's the highest and worst?
No, shut the fuck up, Jeffrey.
I know who you are. I know what you are.
And then I recently did this Roman Empire one. I kind of wish this one took off because I like this one.
Look at the fucking state of the city. This is Rome, guys.
I kind of wish those ones would take off, even like this one. I tried to sync it up with the punches to the beat. So if you pay attention. Oh wait, my bad.
Hey, Anakin.
Where is it,
Look
bro?
at the
What did I do? My bad. So like this one. I should have put like a font here that says something's in the way going down where like the Batmobile is. Here, hold on. My cursor's invisible. Show cursor. Okay, so like right here, something's in the way. But I didn't do that. I don't know why. I should have. Sometimes I usually rush edits, but like ones that I spent so much little time on do take off, like this one. I only spent 30 minutes making this, and people like it.
I hear a new apprentice you have, Emperor. Or should I call you Darth Sidious?
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as
Usually it's like the ones that I spent the most little time on take off too. Here's another example. This one I spent little time on. It didn't get as much attention as it would have, but it did do better on Instagram. Worse the edit, more the likes. I mean, I've kind of realized that. Like, sometimes when I'm using songs I don't like but are trending, makes my video take off. So, like, there's one that I recently did that I don't like the song to, but people like it. I think it's this one. Yeah, this is it. So this is like, I don't like Maroon 5. So like this.
So you can go and take that little piece of shit with you.
Like, I don't like this song and I don't like that edit, but I just posted it because it was trending. But my favorite one would probably be this one.
I fucked them, every single one of them. And not just the men, but the women and the children too.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I don't know why it cuts out like that. TikTok always just decides, hey, I'm gonna cut your video out. Hold on, let me find, where did it go? Oh, there it is.
I fucked them, every single one of them. And not just the men, but the women and the children.
Surprise.
See, it always cuts out. Can you, like, not?
And the children too.
Surprise, motherfucker. Jesus fucking Christ, Anakin, you're the Bay Harbor pedophile.
That one I did using AI. That's why. That's why it makes it funny. But, like this one I love. This one I spent some time on. And I'm glad I did because it's a good one. Hold on. Why does my mic sound so weird? Why does it sound like that? Okay. So this is Eye of the Tiger. This one I spent some time on and I love it. Now that's like one that I spent time on and I enjoyed editing. Just like this one I also enjoyed, the Psycho Killer one.
Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Better run away. Oh. Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Better run away.
Show me your best edit. Like, what do you mean? Like the one that is like the best editing or the most views? Because, I would say this one, but I'd also say that. Those two like have the most views. The one you like the most. All right. I'd probably have to go with the mall one. Let me find that one. I think I loved editing this one, and I also am glad it got enough like attention. I think, is this it? Yeah, this is it. All right, I'm gonna restart it. Let me mute. Okay, ready? This is probably one of my favorite ones that I edited, and I think it's good. But I have like other ones too. I don't know. This one's also good.
You shall be known as Darth.
I swear if it cuts out.
I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black.
It is delusion to think your actions have had any consequence.
I have to turn my head until my darkness goes.
I think that one I did a good job on. But I prefer like stuff like this. I want to get back into making another movie, but it's so cold out. Cause last time I did a movie was I think 2 months ago. Yeah, 2 months ago. I want to start doing these again. Like this. But I was fighting so terrible. Like the form. Because I'm wearing a helmet so I can't see and it's so cold out that it was fogging up the map. So me doing these moves makes it look so buns. So like this spin looks so like cheesy and goofy. It looks so bad. But like it's a part of the character. Like he built that helmet and he found it off of like a dead trooper. Like if I didn't wear a helmet, I would probably be fighting like this like I usually do.
I sensed an unpleasant disturbance in the force.
So my character usually uses one lightsaber, so this is how I'd be like fighting. But the next one that I want to work on for the next movie, I'm going to have a dual-bladed lightsaber. So I'm kind of fighting like this. So the next movie I work on, I'll be having a You're working on a show based on a game called Enchanted Portals. Never heard of that. I'll have to look up that soon. Let me actually show you the game I'm working on. Okay. So, on my profile, hold on. So these are the only games I have public. These are showcases. The last game I made was this on my group. Which this is my hobby. 14 mil. But the next game I'm working on, I'm going to launch Studio right now. Matter of fact, let me set it to, I'm gonna actually set it to Studio. Yeah, I gotta set it to Studio. All right, hold up. Okay. And now let me show you the next game I'm working on. Group Experiences. Cybernetic Studios. So this is the lobby. It's gonna be a horror game. It's gonna be a horror / battlegrounds game. You might be like, That doesn't go together. Or it will if you make it make sense. So this is obviously the haunted asylum. This is the lobby. This is where you would stand to get into your like queue. There'll be 2 players, 1 player, 5 player, or 4 player, and 3. There'll be multiple modes. Shop to buy better flashlights, items, and stuff. But inside the game, let me load in that game actually. Let me load the game. Studio. So the game is going to be a battlegrounds game, like I said. And you will be fighting NPCs. And that's how their moves and animations will work. Kind of like Strongest Battlegrounds. I'm going to have animations so you can take down the monsters and the people that are just living in this haunted asylum. So this is the map so far. This is where you'll spawn. If you do 1 player, you'll wake up in a bed by yourself. If you do 3 players, you'll wake up on a bed like this. And then I might add another bed over there. Well, I'm going to have to if I'm going to do 4 players. So you'll wake up on a bed over there. But I think I'll just keep it as 3 and make it so if people are doing more than 3 players, some people will spawn in the same bed. So after you leave this room, you got to find the key to get out. In this hallway, there's multiple doors, and these doors have items that you need to get to the next stage. So what I'm about to work on soon is like a ventilation system right here, where you have to crawl up. But the way to get into that vent, you need a screwdriver to unscrew the vent to get to the other room, which will be like outside this area. So you have to search through all of these doors, but inside of these doors are going to be killers, like crazy people that have been like in here for a pretty long time. So it'll be like a battleground fighting style when you go into those rooms. So that's how that will be. And yeah, that's pretty much that so far. The lore of the game, I have thought of a little bit. So this is just the inside of the asylum. Now let me show you the outside for another game that I'm working on. So this game is going to be a detective game. It's going to be called Detectives the Executioners. And let me load up that map. Okay. So let me actually do the most updated version of the map because I don't want you guys looking at the oldest. Roblox Detectives. Here it is. Ground City Above. So these are all the games I'm currently working on. Spent 4 years on a lot of these combined. Okay, so we're going to do Ground City Above with Air City and Rain. Question. All right. So, Elijah, I'm streaming, by the way. Okay, so here's this. This game I've spent 4 years on. And this map is going to be bigger than the not the jailbreak, the GTA 5 map. So you can imagine the size. And that's why it's like lagging already. So up here, you might be like, why is there just like a floating city with like random jet turbines on the bottom of it? Well, this is on a planet called Novelation. And this is the floating island of Air City. Down here is the poor people. And this is called Ground City. Yeah, I know. Stupid names, but that's what I'm going with. These walls are here so nobody can ever leave the civilization. But also to keep the water that is like here. This water, just imagine like the ocean. The waves are going up and down. So it keeps the water out. But this city is extremely deep. This city goes down for miles. So I can't put everything all in one game or else it will lag extremely bad. So that's why I got to do separate games. So this will be for one of the other missions where you find the executioner's base. This is their base right here. They're a terrorist organization. There's about 4 people. There's Scarwire, Skullgrinder, Jack, and Sharp. Those are the 4 that are part of the crew. And this is where you'll like fight the bosses in here. So it'll be like a story game, kind of like Batman Arkham. This is his area. This is where he like owns. He owns this portion. So you might be like, why is this portion floating? Well, this was supposed to be a more advanced version of Ground City, but then it was taken over by Jack's crew, the Executioners. So that's why it's on top of this rig. It kind of looks like an Oreo rig. You guys can see closely. But all of these buildings down here are just low quality meshes because this is not possible to keep all of this in, or else we'll all lag. So you guys want to see what this portion down here of the city would look like instead of like this? Well, I'm going to show you. If you guys are interested, I'm just going to show you anyway. So I'm going to close this place. So that's Ground City above. I'm doing something, Elijah, so no. And then this is Ground City. This I've been working on since 2019, bro. Long ass time. Okay. So this is Ground City below. So you can see like a low quality version right here of Air City, that floating city I was talking about. That's a low quality version for this map because this area is big. I mean, small, but it's not. I'm going to drop my character right here. And there's so much rooms that I made with my friend that are like really kind of hard to like get around. So if you guys take a look here, every single portion of these buildings are detailed. So you can go to layer, room to room. Not all of them are fully detailed, but you'll get the point. So let's jump down here. Let's go to Ground City's alleyways. So this is the Ground City alleyways. This is where gang activity runs. This is going to be like ghetto as hell, kind of like Coruscant in the underworld from Star Wars. But these doors I've been kind of like trying to modify because they don't look as good as they should. So this is just like a bar. Over here, this is just some of the street of Ground City. You can see like a little shop right here. There's that. A lot of this I've been revamping because I made a lot of this in 2019 and 2020 when Roblox was into that like really blocky style. But since Roblox has improved so much lately, I've been changing a lot of the models into stuff like this. Let me show you a room inside the game. So a lot of the rooms in the game have like blocky Roblox. You can tell it's Roblox interiors. Bro, why is this moving so quick, dude? Is there like a way I can slow this down? Come on, bro. Dude, it's moving so quick. I'm about to like just crash out. Hold on. I think this is how I can slow it down. I hate the new UI. It's so buns, dude. Okay, there. I slowed it down. Okay, so here's some of the alleyways. I'm going to show you what I mean. So a lot of the furniture you can see here looks all blocky and it looks like Roblox. Yeah, it does. But until you go inside this garage, this is what I want to make every single room look like. Because this doesn't look like Roblox, does it? No. I want to make everything have extreme detail. So it looks like a painting. That's the goal. So this is a Crinimo's base. This is Jervis Sebastian's home, a.k.a. Camo. That's a guy from my universe. He's similar to Punisher. His family was killed on Air City when he was on vacation. And he just got back from a war fighting on Desolation, which is another planet in the solar system. And he wasn't supposed to be there that day, kind of like Punisher. And his family was murdered by mistake by the Mafia. And he got in the way. I mean, they got in the way because they were trying to kill someone. So that's whose base that is. Here's a new alleyway I'm working on. And then this is like a new area I want to like improve and make it like more tight. Just like this area too. This is going to be a little layer, but like I don't know who I'm going to have it for. It's going to be obviously for a crime organization because this is Ground City, aka Crime City. This is where like all the gang activity happens inside of Air City. Or should I say Novelation? Up there. See that? See that like little floating city up there? That's Air City. Like I said. This is Ground City. So this is kind of like Hong Kong, Kowloon. That's where the inspiration I got from this. If you guys look up Kowloon, let me actually open up Safari. Give you guys an example of what I mean. Okay. So if you guys are deep into like cities like I am, then you would know what the hell? Won't even let me change that. Save. Okay. You would know what this is if you guys are deep in the cities like I am. If you like know a lot. So this is where I got the inspiration from Ground City. And Kowloon was the most overpopulated city on Earth for decades. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Looks similar. It looks a lot like Ground City. And that's the point. It's supposed to be really grubby, really poor. And that's why. That's how I'm going to be doing Ground City. And that's why if you take a look at those shots of Kowloon, and then take a look at these. My bad. You can see it. There's all of that. Okay. This is a new area as well. So if you go through here. Bro, I'm moving too quick, bro. And then go through this door. This is a secret torture room. This is where a window would be here. So it's kind of like a one-way mirror. So this way you could see out, but on this wall, they can't see out. It's just a mirror, kind of like a police station. So this is for a new gang that's working here in Ground City. They're more advanced, they're more wealthy, and they bring people here, starve them, and then they take them out of this room, which the door's right here, leads out into the sewer, and they will be dropped off inside of some guy. His name's weird. The Lord, his name is, and he's gonna be like experimenting on them. And what he does to these people is he tortures them and kind of like injects them with steroids, but from like a new era, because this isn't Earth. This is on a planet called Novelation. This is like in the year 4,000 or more. Way more than that. It's like in the year 10,000. This is 10,000 years. So he injects them with steroids and he sells them to this man called Rory, or should I say Jack Rory. And he runs a business called Rory Industries, kind of like Stark Industries, and he makes weapons for the military. But he got into the superhuman space and has been asking this one man to kind of like torture people down here in this layer and make superhumans for him. But it went so wrong that one of them broke out and kind of destroyed Air City at some point, and it ended up joining one of the terrorists' crew because his brain turned to mush because they gave him such a high dose that his muscles expanded too quickly that it also like destroyed his bones, his brain, just destroying like all of his genes, so he wasn't like able to think or process stuff. So he's like really dippy. So if you like look at Hulk, for example, Hulk is only thinking like Hulk smash. That's kind of like what this character I'm talking about was always thinking. And that character I'm talking about is Skull Grinder. Matter of fact, I'm going to actually grab some of the characters that I did make. Not all of these guys are made by me because I have to hire someone to work on them. So far, I've made them off Roblox characters, and it's not looking too good. So you'll see what I mean when I plop one down. So that guy I was talking about, that super soldier, his name is Deathbreaker. I might change his name. It sounds kind of like stupid. But this is what he looks like in Roblox style. But I need to hire someone on Fiverr to make a model for me that doesn't look like Roblox. Because I want him to look like this, but different. Here's Detective. This is Detective Cruz. So this is one of the detectives. This is Detective Chase. And then this is Sharp. If his clothes would ever load. And then, let me delete those. And then there's the Slayer. So this guy looks really dumb. I know, because I made him from Roblox assets. But I'm going to show you what he looks like after I hired someone to make him. Let me switch my input to YouTube. So I have to upload him to Roblox still. And Roblox won't let me add it because Roblox's limit is 20,000 triangles. So I can't even upload the other model that I hired someone to make for me. So remember, he went from that to... Hold up. It should be here. Okay, here he is. Here's the Slayer. So here's the before. This is what he looked like before. And after. So this is what he's going to look like once I get him into the game. And you might be like, why is this guy blue? Why does he not look like everybody else? Why does he not look human? Because he's from a planet called Salvation. And that planet has problems with the Novelation people because they enslaved their race 8,000 years ago and pretty much did a genocide. And this is the Novelation Ground City. This is Ground City. Remember this? And I'm going to hop out of this game and show you Salvation. Would you like to save? No. Because we didn't do anything in the turret. That's why. So here we go. We're going to join Salvation now. So a lot of these places you might see like Glacier, Nether. Those are like testing places. But this one I'm joining, fully made by me. And this game I'm talking about is the Slayer's homeworld. That blue guy I just showed you guys. This is where he's from. This is Salvation. And it's just a massive military base because half their people were massacred and destroyed that they had to hide on a moon. So for the next 8,000 plus years, they built this base inside this giant mountain and made this entire military facility. And if you look closely here, here's some... That fork means feed the robots because there's no more people left. There's no more people living on the Salvation people. There's only like a handful. Salvation people can live for about 9,000 to 20,000 years. So the only one that is alive was the son of the king from Salvation that was alive over 10,000 years ago. And his friend, or should I say his butler, Vex. So Runin Slayer's the only survivor of his people, and he made a droid army to take revenge on Salvation. Novelation. So this is just like a military base where they train. So this is the red flag, blue flag. This is where they'll be training. These doors. This is a room that I need to work on, though. And then this is also pretty empty. But this is just the base. So I'm going to go outside and show you what this big thing up here is. So like I said, I'm a really big fan of Star Wars. Getting a lot of inspiration for the ships and stuff for this game and show. So this blaster is called Astro Nemesis. And this is similar to the Death Star. This can destroy worlds like the Death Star. But it doesn't use kyber crystals. It's similar to Star Killer Base. It sucks the energy from the sun and absorbs it into these like little solar panel type things. They look similar to solar panels. They all go through all of this. It kind of like reduces the energy to like a more dangerous scale. So these solar panels are collecting the sunlight and turning that power into a blaster. So I have to like think of like the word for it. I'm not really good at like thinking for this shit. But these solar panels turn the light into energy, and that energy is able to blast an entire world to oblivion. So this is the Salvation People's homeworld, or the moon. Their homeworld was destroyed by us humans 10,000 years ago. So my universe that I've been working on, I have characters, everything all written down. I've been working on this for a few years now. This is kind of like timeline. So us in our society right now, we're polluting Earth. We're still doing it till this day. We carry on doing that for the next 4,000 years, and Earth is now destroyed. So we hop on a ship, leave the broke people behind, and we float in space, kind of like in Wall-E, for the next 1,000 years, looking for a new planet to conquer. We finally come across one, and it's a snow planet, perfect for us to pollute, because that's what us humans like to do. We pollute it, we massacre their people, and do a genocide. Then, fast forward 10,000 years, it goes from a snow planet to just a water ball. That's why Air City is floating. And these people can live. The people that live on this planet that were all genocided and all killed can survive for the up to 9 to 20,000 years. They hid on a moon on the outreaches of the solar system, building this army to take revenge on the Novelation humans. And this is one of the reasons why Novelation looks so polluted, is because we polluted it, just like we did to Earth. So that's why you can always just see rain and ground cities like covered by all these walls when I was explaining that earlier. That's why it's all in the ground and there's water on the outside of the walls, because we polluted it. It was just mostly water and ice. We melted it. So this is also a game I was working on. It's Ground City and Air City. Once they get destroyed by the Salvation people. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. Let me show you. Right. So this is Air City's islands that are floating in the sky, smashed onto the civilization of Ground City. So this is a lot of low quality meshes because it would lag if I did like full size models. But you can see buildings smashed through the walls, all the water onto the outside too. This water would be flooding in to this whole civilization. That means billions of people that live down here were just killed because of one man, the Slayer, his revenge on the human race. Kinda finally worked. But it doesn't. Us humans, we obviously have to defeat them. We always got to give the humans the winning chance. So, you can see here, ships all smashed here. This is kind of like similar to the helicarrier from Marvel I got an inspiration from. And this is just all crashed here. There's a Slayer ship. Here's the Air City Police Department just smashed down here. A plane that was onto Air City also here. And you can also see Roy Industries, the military military company that funds the Novelation military. This is kind of like the lab. But this wouldn't look like this for the scenes or the game. But you can see here, everything's destroyed. Because the Slayer kind of won. And like I said before, the Slayer was ruthless. Most of his people wanted peace, but he didn't want peace because his people were all genocided. And this is what the Slayer looks like. This is him before. This is him after. So this is what the Slayer looks like. Runin Slayer. That's his motto. And then by me. The humans are evil in your story. I mean, yeah. We needed a world. Earth was destroyed. We needed a new world to live on. So we found the coldest planet that we could easily warm up with our pollution. Climate change. Fast forward 9,000 years. It turns from an ice ball to a water ball. That's why it's always constantly raining on this planet too, because there's no land onto this planet. They had to build their civilizations onto ice, which over time started melting, going down into the ground. And that's why it's called Ground City, because it started sinking into the ground, to the bottom. And then this is Air City. This is like a secret, not a secret map. This is like a testing cutscene map. This is where I like shot a cutscene. So this is when the Roy Industries massacre happened. This is when a rogue test subject murdered hundreds of workers and civilians, smashing through the city of Air City and then falling down to Ground City. And I'm also going to show you the fully detailed version of Air City right now. So I actually have two versions of Air City. There's the street view, and then there's the cannon view. So the cannon view is what everybody knows, like what it looks like. This game I'm about to show you is more for cutscenes. So this is not how the people are going to look in my show. They're not going to be Roblox avatars. These are just tests. So I can like get an example of like the size of the building and like the scaling and how it would look with a ton of people walking around. So this is more for cutscenes. So you can see like this train moving here, fake decal buildings in the background, and then these buildings are actually detailed. So this would be more for cutscenes. So say I want to shoot a scene right here, and I can put people inside those apartments at the side and have people walking around. It would be a satisfying shot to look at. Or people working out inside of the gym as the camera slowly moves up the building like this. Not that choppy though. Obviously not. Like what? And it would show that shot. Or maybe even a shot for the train. Maybe like this actually. Or like that. That would be maybe the shot for a train. So like I need multiple different places to shoot these scenes, because I can't do them in one place or else it would lag. Or even this shot here. This is the Ground City bar. Let's hit run on this place. You can see everything is animated like this character. This is a test. This is a visualization. My bad. I have a speech impediment sometimes. My bad. But you can see here, this is detailed a lot, but this is only for one shot, and it'll be for this. Or we want to go inside the bar and have a different shot, like this, of him walking down the stairs. You can see him through the window walking down the stairs. See that? And then do a different shot of him like right here, say. Walking down the stairs. Coming over here. Boom. There's that. I've been working on this movie for a long time. But before I even started it, I had to make sure to make the characters. So this is what they originally look like. I was going to name it Roblox The Rise of Novelation. I was going to do it as a Roblox movie. I still might. I'm kind of into Roblox's like character style, but like people said the noses and the ears and like the mouths moving looks creepy, and I can see that. So that's why I might drift away from that and go more for like a realistic look. So like characters that I was showing you guys before, I might go for like that. GTA style characters instead of these blocky ones. Let me see. Let's not just call them GTA. Let's call them like humanized characters. Models, group models, group models. Okay, I found it. My bad. Okay, Roblox detectives. And this is what I want them to look like. So like this guy. This is Detective Cruz. I want them to look like this. And I did do an animation like this before with this character. And let me actually show you that. So that character you guys were looking at, that's Detective Cruz. And I did an animation for him right here. Let me actually hit OK. Let me turn this up. All right, let me know if you guys can all hear this.
Told you not to do that, but did it anyway.
Hold on, let me restart.
I thought I told you not to do that, but did it anyway.
So like that. So I'm going to switch it back to Roblox Studio. So that's Detective Cruz. And then this is Detective Chase. And then this is Detective Chase from Roblox and Detective Cruz from Roblox. That's Nora, Mark, Jeremy, Jack, Sharp, Camo, Scarwire, Deathbreaker, and this is our Rory Industries. That's John. Chase. That's Chase right here in his suit. And that's Cruz. So those are the Roblox versions of them. But I also have ships. So let me actually plop these in. So this is the Novelation military juggernaut ships. So this is fighter ships. These ships are used in space battles. Right? And then, so are these. But these are more for on-ground assaults so they can carry extra cargo and men in the back. And so is this as well. So, Starfighter, Land Fighter, Land Cruiser. And then these are just green screen models of them. Here's the Air City Courthouse. So this is the courtroom of Air City. You'll see this a lot when I make the show because they'll be going to trial. So here's the Air City Courthouse. You can see Air City right there. Here's the courtroom. There should be paintings here. I don't know why they're not loaded in. Here's the executioner's base. This is the terrorist's home. This is where Jack and his crew live. I don't know why it's not loading in, dude. It's like all really low quality. Why does it look like that? What's happening? I don't know. And then Ground City above. That's like the entire place, bro. I just dragged that in. I'm going to take that out. But yeah. But that's how that looks. I'm not going to save, no. But yes, that's that. This is a group I used to work at. It was a Napoleon British group. There's like a lot of Napoleon games. There is a Brookhaven ripoff that I did make, but I like kind of canceled the whole series because like I don't know, I wasn't really interested in doing it. But like I did the origin of Brookhaven and pretty much everything. So like this map right here is Brookhaven in the year 1835. I might go back to working onto this if people will watch it. But I will only be posting it to members only. So it would cost like $2 a month to watch the whole show. So I'll have about 100 episodes, and you have to pay $2 a month to watch. Because I need to like make money. Like I don't want to waste time on this and make nothing back. You know? That's why I kind of stopped doing animation. Because that, you will watch it. Well, I'm going to be putting it as members only. The only things that I will make people see is some clips from the show. Because there's a lot of lore to it. So it starts off in the 1800s on episode 1. Episode 2 is in like the current days. Episode 3 is still the current days, but the city's kind of changing. All the way to episode 20, it will start to become Halloween. Like, let me show you the Halloween version. So, one episode of the 1800s of the old town, 20 episodes of spring and summer, 20 episodes of Halloween, which is this version of the map. So this is what this would look like for the series during Halloween time. And then even the news broadcasting room. That's how that would look. And then for Christmas, 20 episodes after Halloween, you'll get 20 episodes of Christmas wintertime. Well, not Christmas. I should be saying something like wintertime. What's taking this thing so long? Brookhaven winter. Yeah, this is it. So this is what this would look like. This is Brookhaven in the winter. So 20 episodes of this. Brookhaven School. You also get the layer down here. And let me pause. So Brookhaven Secrets is going to be another spin-off show I want to work on. And it's about this organization that live inside of Brookhaven. And they are secretly funding a nuclear war to destroy this entire town so they can take complete control. Because this mountain right here, you might be like, oh, that's just a normal Brookhaven mountain. In my universe, I was thinking about like my own lore, that this mountain has valuable goods inside of it. And those goods is uranium. And the same thing they use to make nukes. So they want to kill this entire civilization to get a hold of that uranium and every other material that's in this mountain and have it for themselves. The secret society. These guys right here. And they have like a skull as their logo. But there's a man that was kind of onto them, but he got his ass killed. He worked here in the police station. This guy right here. Detective John. And underneath his office was a secret base. And it was him connecting the dots to logo, mask, random murders, fingerprints left at the murder scene, secret bases under the school because he saw that, and a secret base at the farm. So if we go over here to the farm and look down below, there's the secret nuclear plant. And this is where they were going to launch the nukes, destroying everybody here inside of Brookhaven. And I was going to do a zombie apocalypse version of the series of when all of Brookhaven is destroyed and zombies are the only things living. And maybe a few people. And this is what it would look like. So this is Brookhaven Apocalypse. This is all of that I was building. You can see a lot of dead trees, flipped over cars, destroyed objects, a lot of damage. And their base is still here, perfectly fine. Compared to everything else in the game, theirs is the only one that survived. Even this secret room. So yeah. That's what I was planning. Nabby. So if I do go forward with working on this show, you would watch it? Nabby, are you still here? Yo, Nabby. Oh my god, Gordon, what are you doing? What are you on, bro? What are you on? To pay you money? Well, the membership only costs like $2 a month, and you get access. This is where they would be. So right here, I only have 2 videos for members only, and it's the making of Brookhaven live stream. So once I make the members, once I make the films and make the members only, you would be able to watch the show through here. It would be kind of like a subscription service. But it might actually bring members down to like 99 cents a month. But also, if you become a member, you get custom emojis. You also get badges. So once you're subscribed for about 1 year, you get the skull badge. 6 months, you get the mad badge. 2 months, you get that badge. 1 month, you get the explosion badge. And the welcome badge, you get that. And if you go up in chat, Jaden has the 6-month badge. Because Jaden's been subscribed for about 6 months. So if you want to, too, instead of just paying for it like that, basic, $2 a month, you could subscribe, I'm pretty sure, kind of like Twitch, for a whole year and get the badge instantly. It's up to you. But this is where you'll be watching the movies and the shows from there. So you wouldn't be able to go through the videos unless you're a member. Selling snacks at school for a PC. That's actually like the goated tack, bro. Here's Brookhaven Apocalypse. This is after the nukes go off. This man survived. And he was raising a baby in this apocalypse. And if you look closely of where he's living inside of the old abandoned crime base. And he used to be a part of the secret society, but he lost his arms and legs. And he's raising a baby inside of this apocalypse. And you can see glowing eyes there. This was going to be the thumbnail. Or like a scene of like the glowing eyes glowing. And that guy coming into the room was another man that was working at the secret society here to kill him. Because a lot of their people weren't supposed to survive after the nukes all went off. Do you have a team working with you? Nope, but I'm looking for ideas. I can do all of this on my own. I just need more ideas for stuff. Because I already have ideas for about 100 episodes. If I redo another season or another few episodes, I would like more ideas for that. Let me give you some ideas. All right. Yeah, I'll take any ideas. Anything helps. Test. What the hell? Why does that sound like that? Oh, I'm gonna swap my AirPods out. All right, test. All right, good. Hello? Okay. All right, yeah, that sounds way better. Let me go to Cyberwork Studios. Now, this is another game I was working on for the show. So after Zombie Apocalypse, so it goes one episode of the 1800s of Brookhaven, and then 20 episodes of Brookhaven into the current timeline in the summer and spring, 20 episodes of Halloween, 20 episodes of Christmas, 20 episodes of the Zombie Apocalypse, and then ending the show with 20 episodes of the Zombie Apocalypse and the Agency. So this is the Agency. I don't know why they're all naked. Were their shirts deleted? What? Why? Roblox, you're dumb. So this agency was studying the zombies and trying to make a cure. And this was the base where they were working onto them. This was like a shot I was working on. They go look at the door. So these guys all look kind of scared. Make some Easter eggs or maybe theories can come. That's what I would be doing once I start animating. So these guys are looking at a green screen, but this screen is basically showing another horde of zombies trying to break into the secret area, which is the agency. And all of these people are getting scared because they're about to break in. Their shirts are gone. I don't know why. They get in, but the general's able to kill a few of them, and then he gets eaten. This officer ends up killing the last few, and these guys are left with no more general, and they have to have a new leader. And those new leader is going to be Officer Hops, or like that's just her name right now. I don't know her name yet, so we'll figure that out once I start animating. Here's some characters too that I just threw here, but that's that. And I'm gonna exit out of this and join one more game. So yeah. Where is it? Let's see. But yeah, I think I already showed you this, but I didn't show you it all. So this is the story of Brookhaven. There will only be one episode of this, and it's how they found this land and why they settled here. So the first episode will be 20 minutes long. It'll be fast-paced. They built a settlement in this big field, and once they started exploring around here, they found that this mountain was valuable with oil, gold, diamonds, and uranium. So they settled here and called this Brookhaven. And this was the city for the wealthy. Oh, for you? It's that? Hold on. Yeah, my bad. Should have told me that earlier, Nabby. Okay. So this is Brookhaven, like I was just saying. They settled here. This field they settled into, this mountain was filled with valuables, gold, diamonds, uranium, oil, you name it. They settled here. They populated this area for the next 200 years and it became Brookhaven. That's basically the lore of why they stuck around here. They were just travelers coming from a far reach other part of the country and found this. Settled. Some guys went out, was like, here, let's go climb the mountain for fun since we're going to be here for a few days anyway. They found valuables. They were like, we're going to be rich if we stay here. Let's stay. They did become rich. This episode, like I said, will be like about 100+ days in one episode. So it'll be really fast paced. They start selling their goods to travelers, other parts of the country, having people with horses and carriages bringing goods to other towns outside of Brookhaven. And then it became this. Fast forward from this to the Brookhaven you know now. That's how they became Brookhaven. But this is what I was trying to show you too, Nabi. This is the agency. This is their base. So during the zombie apocalypse, after the secret agency lets those nukes go off, remember what the secret agency is, Nabi? And everybody else in chat? Does everybody still know what that is? If not, I will show you in a second. So the secret agency nuked Brookhaven because they knew there was a substance in the caves that they weren't interested in, but they could make billions of dollars off of. And that was uranium inside of that giant mountain in Brookhaven. That was filled with gold, diamonds, oil, and uranium. But the Brookhaven people weren't interested in that. They were. So they were like, let's just kill everyone here and just take it for ourselves. Over the next 20 years, they killed cops, bribed people, made them do stuff, built secret bases under the school and other places in Brookhaven. And then their plan finally was completed. They bombed Brookhaven, killing half the population, and took their uranium and then fled the country. Brookhaven's destroyed now. But after they did that, they caused their people to become zombies because of radiation. So this new general, the new general of Brookhaven, I don't know why he's naked. Roblox deleted the shirts. Why? Anyway, he's in charge of this operation to study the zombie species, which these scientists are doing right here, to try and figure out a cure for people. But as that's going on, they're watching this green screen. This green screen will be like a video of zombies trying to break through this door. So at the next shot, you can see them all looking at the door. Right here. They're all looking at the door. They're all terrified. They're all scared. Because zombies are about to break in and kill everyone in the room. They get in. They end up getting in, killing the general. But he kills about 50 of them before he drops. There's only about 5 left. Officer here, this female officer, ends up killing the last 5. And once they're all gone, all of these people at these desks here, all these agents and all these nurses are like, the general's dead. We don't have a leader to figure out the cure anymore. Who's in charge? Well, his daughter takes charge. She was an officer. She was smart. She took charge of the operation. And then they proceeded to figure out the cure for Brookhaven, which they did by figuring out there was a maniac homeless man inside of Brookhaven. So if you listen closely, Nabi, here's one of the Easter eggs. This is one of the Easter eggs I was talking about, dude. So there's this homeless guy that's like always walking around Brookhaven inside of the show when I was animating it. And he was always like, we're all gonna die. There's a secret agency below you guys. Like he was a conspiracy theorist. Everybody knew him as a conspiracy theorist, a psychopath, a weirdo. But he was right about all of the theories. Everything he said became true. Brookhaven become a zombie apocalypse, nukes, murders, a mall robbery, a bank robbery, homes becoming more expensive. He was right about it all. But after zombie apocalypse hit, he had his plan. He built his base underneath these houses. So if you look at this house here, you can see it's just a regular house trying to survive the zombie apocalypse. But inside of this will be a sliding door, by the way. So this door will be sliding inside the game when it comes out. But inside this is his secret base. Hold on. Actually, that's the wrong version. But he has a secret base in that spot. Let me grab the right place real quick. So he has a secret base. And he was studying onto these creatures that nobody knew about except for him, because everybody thought of him as a crazy old man, right? He was a crazy old man that believed in aliens, believed in a secret agency, zombies, all of this stuff. So, after the zombie apocalypse hit, he built his secret base into this brick wall right here. So this is before it was built in. This is what it looks like before. Nothing was built in here. This secret room, I don't know what that is. So he built his secret base into this wall and was studying onto these aliens that crash landed over here about 5 years before the zombie apocalypse happened. And he saw cows floating. He was right here, just like smoking a cigar onto this bridge. He saw the cows floating and the horses. He was like, what the? Walked over, saw them, and then he saw something else glowing into the distance over here. And it was an alien UFO crashed, which is causing these animals to float because it's an alien unidentified flying object. He went into the cockpit of the alien ship, saw the alien, grabbed him, dragged him inside of his wagon because he's homeless. He has a wagon with him. Brought it to this portion, and he kind of like just slept here for the next few years, leaving his stuff here, building it up. So this was the homeless shelter. He slept behind the homeless shelter. That's where he lived. Close to home. A home away from home, which is a homeless shelter. Kind of funny. So this wall, he built a secret base, the homeless man, which is Billy. His name is Billy. Builds that base. And let me show you what that looks like inside of Brookhaven Secrets. So you will be able to play this. Once I release this game too, anybody that helps me fund these shows and movies and stuff will 1000% be able to play this. So this is what this looks like. Nabi, are you still here? Okay. So here's his base. Homeless shelter. Right here. See this lever? This is where Billy's secret lab is. And the alien. I'm going to move that over there. So this is where he was studying on that alien. And you might be like, what does this have to do with like the zombie apocalypse? Well, Billy discovered the cure for zombies. He went to the officer at the secret agency after the whole city was nuked and brought it to her feet saying, I found the cure. He did his own research, testing on zombies. Even though he's not a scientist, he still somehow came up with this because it's Billy, guys. It's Billy. He's the GOAT. He found the cure to reduce the infection. Everybody went back to normal because of Billy. And since Brookhaven is all destroyed now, they had to rebuild it. So it went from that to this. This is what Brookhaven looked like after his cure. But then a few months later, like I said, I want to continue the show. Another 100 episodes. A plane from the sky crashed. It was supposed to land over here at this airport, because this is the airport right here. It was supposed to land here, but it slipped. It slipped midair, smashing onto all this concrete, breaking a lot of these shops and the road. So I made another version of this game, so pay attention to the street. You can see that the street is under construction. So remember that street? That's how it looks there. And this is how it looks after the plane crashes down. And this is what it looks like. This is what that looks like. Tell me about the portal behind the motel. You saw that? All right, I'll show you in a second. Hold on. Okay, this is Billy. This is Billy. This is the guy that I keep talking about. He's the one that figured out the key. He's the goat, bro. So here's where the plane crashed. So since nobody can use the sidewalks for now, everybody has to walk through here, cut through the paths to get to where they need to go. They're remodeling everything because the plane broke it all. No, there was a portal back here. You're right. But let me just show you all this real quick. This is Brookhaven under construction. And now, I haven't done this in a while, but I'm going to click on this guy. No, wrong one. Wrong guy. Let me actually show you this female. Let's do face capture. Look at this. Ah. Ah, ba, 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 ah. So that's how I'm going to be animating the show. So every single time I talk, its mouth moves. That's how I'll be animating the show. And Roblox has a feature for motion capture. So I could upload a video of me going like this, punching in real life, or doing a backflip, or upload stock footage. And that's how the characters will be animated via motion capture. But anyway, changing the subject. The portal behind that, I'm going to show you. So that has nothing to do with the story because this is a game for fans. Make a video of how to make motion capture. Maybe I might do a live stream. So this portal is nothing to do with the story. This teleports you to Brookhaven Apocalypse, which will be a PvP gun game for people to play. So there will be updates. Remember, I built everything. Well, not everything. A lot of this is just models from Brookhaven that I just added new stuff to. But for Brookhaven Apocalypse, remade a lot of the cars, right? I remade a lot of the cars. So when I release the game, people will be like, oh shit, this is a fun game. Good work. Now make another. So I added guns to the game. You could, I think, find some TikTok videos. Let me actually look up TikTok. Brookhaven Apocalypse gameplay. Let me look that up. Maybe later. Brookhaven. Brookhaven Apocalypse. Okay. Hey, I saw that. You saw Glam Rock and Freddy? I think that was for like a game. Yeah. No, wait, that was for a thumbnail. Because I used to make gaming videos. Okay. So let me show you what this would look like. So, here's the trailer for Brookhaven Apocalypse. So you can see here. You can see the motion capture that I animated there. And there's the officer. But this game that I made used to be public. People used to play it, but it got deleted because it was copyright back then. I need to find a video of someone playing it because I don't have any more footage. The game was deleted off Roblox, so I don't have anything on it anymore. But if you could find it, that would be goated. Wait, is this it? No, that's not it. There's got to be one here somewhere. It's got to. Yeah, no, I don't think there is. I'll be on the hunt for some footage. It was a pretty popular game when I first brought it out. I got in 1 week 15,000 visits. So people liked it. But it sucks that it like sucks how it just got deleted, bro. I hate it. I do have a game where the thumbnail is on. Yo, see it. I think it's on Cybernetic No. Cyborg Studios. Yeah, it's on this. Okay. Yep, there's a thumbnail. That's what the thumbnail for the game looked like. I think this is just an empty place. I don't think this is full. Wait. It's taking a while for me to get in. It might be full. Yep. Found it. I think this is it. I'm going to hit play. We're going to see. If I have guns in my inventory, then this is the game that I published. No, I do not have guns in my inventory. I do not have guns in my inventory. But, no, this is even the exact same one. This is a newer version of it. Come on, man. Why? Hold up. I'm going to actually go on Roblox real quick. Set it to Safari. Let me go to create. Let's see. Experiences. Test. Brookhaven test plays. Yeah. I think it's gone. Yeah, it's deleted. It's gone forever. Come on, bro. Why? I might have to go soon. All right, yeah, I'm ending stream soon too. Yeah, I don't have it. But there is a group on Roblox that I do have. I think it's by this guy. Yep. So Cyborg Brookhaven, this is my other account. He owns this group. Show me ghetto streets. Hold up. So this is Brookhaven Apocalypse. And then this is the Brookhaven Secrets game that got deleted. Brookhaven Secrets series coming soon. Never came. It's been more than a year, bub. And yeah, that game's deleted. So, can't even open that shit. Let me see Ghetto Streets. All right, let me open that. All right. This is Ghetto Streets. Let me actually bring that down a little bit. So this is a showcase. You can actually do parkour in this game, but I never got around to making the animations. But I added a bunch of secret ways to get up stuff. So you can get on this roof by wall jumping. I was gonna add a climb feature. So once you got onto these garbage canisters, you could climb your way up just like that. And then jump on top of these. I need to add that animation, bro. So you can climb onto that fully. There's a cat here. What's up, cat? Are you new to the server? There's the... This is kind of like the LA river stream thingy. You can climb up this. And this. Here's a top view. And also, there is a currency to this game I was going to add where you could rob these and get money for them. This was going to be like a The Hood style game, but I never got around to doing it. There was a game in a group I was working with, and we were working on a Red Dead game called Blood and Bounty, but we also never got around to doing that too, so it just like never happened. There's like a lot of groups I also worked for that like canceled stuff. So like there was this one group that were gonna make a Skyrim game, but they never like got around to doing it. They sent me the armor, but I never got around to animating it for them. And there's the armor right there. So yeah, that was that. All right, but I think I'm gonna go now, chat. Hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. I had fun. I will be live whenever I am available. But besides all of that, see you guys. Peace.